Hello, my name is Shahna Arps and I'm an anthropologist. Anthropology, if you've never heard of the field before, is the study of humans. Anthropologists study all aspects of humanness, our biology, our behaviors, our cultures, our languages, and we're interested in all humans, past and present, around the world. In fact, the field is so broad that we also study non-human primates or other members of our scientific order, like lemurs, lorises, monkeys, and apes. I'm an assistant professor of anthropology at the University of Toledo, and I've worked in the Department of Sociology and Anthropology for over 6 years now, and I really enjoy it. Since I'm a professor, part of my job includes teaching different classes to university students, and the other part includes doing research. And my research specifically focuses on trying to understand differences in health, reproduction, growth, development, and demography among modern human populations. My curiosity about humans is what sparked my interest in the field of anthropology. I was always thinking about big questions. For instance, why are we the way that we are? How are all humans alike and yet different? How has our species changed over time? How does our species compare to other species? And it turns out that anthropology focuses on all of these big questions, so it's a perfect field for me. Now, training to be an anthropologist does require a lot of education. So in my case, after high school, I earned a bachelor's degree, and then I went on to graduate school and earned a master's degree and eventually a PhD in anthropology. And so in general, I would say about at least 10 years of education after high school. But in my case, I did start teaching and doing my own research when I was a graduate student. A fun fact about my field is that anthropologists often do international research, which means that we get to visit other countries and experience very different cultures and environments. So it's pretty exciting. For example, I've spent a lot of time in the country of Honduras in Central America, as well as the Dominican Republic in the Caribbean for my own research. My advice to young women about pursuing a career in STEM is, first of all, to do it. Career in STEM is very rewarding. Also, I encourage you to have confidence in yourself, confidence in your abilities to work in these kinds of fields. What I love about STEM is that there are always new discoveries and innovations occurring. In my field, I get to continue to learn new things every single day, and my work never gets boring. Plus, we have the chance to make positive contributions to our communities and society by helping to understand and solve problems. The advice that I would give to my 18-year-old self would be to certainly celebrate success, but to remember that you can grow and learn just as much from the obstacles and the setbacks along the way too. If I hadn't chosen a career in anthropology, I think a good backup plan would have been to work at a nonprofit organization that focuses on improving health and living conditions for marginalized people, given my own interests. I think informal science education, like visiting a science center, is very important because there are many different ways to learn beyond just a typical classroom experience, especially when it comes to science. Seeing science in action firsthand really helps us understand new concepts and ideas. Reading about science and scientists is very important too. I wanted to share the book Through a Window by Jane Goodall, a famous anthropologist and primatologist who has spent many, many years studying chimpanzees. And I especially like what she writes on page 11, and so I'm going to read a bit. There are many windows through which we can look out into the world searching for meaning. There are those opened up by science, their panes polished by a succession of brilliant, penetrating minds. Through these we can see ever further, ever more clearly into areas that once laid beyond human knowledge. So I like that quote, and I like this book. And finally, my advice to a young girl would be to not let anyone, even yourself, stop you from pursuing your goals. And certainly reach out to other women for help and support when you need it. Thanks for watching.